na peso to $1, hindi yan ang solusyon. Kaya may fractured governance talaga. Walang masama doon. It's a description of what kind of governance we are all experiencing as a Filipino.
And Mayor, your thoughts on that statement, fractured governance at present?
Well, lagi ko naman inuulit-ulit dito yung mga observations ko. But, you know, simple lang naman. If they disagree, wala naman sinabi sa doon na in relation anything to kudeta. Yun lang gusto kong i-point out talaga. Kasi ang napapansin ko lang sa statement ng Malacanang, ini-insist nila na PRRD wants to start a kudeta. Pero pinapaano lang nila, bino-blow up nila yung story, bro. Wala yun. Kung ako gobyerno ako, pwede ko naman tanggapin nyo as, you know, na totoo. Pwedeng totoo. You can look into it, you can fix it. Pwede naman ganun lang.
I think, Mayor, would you agree? What I'm picking up here is, yung sinasabi mo, ini-insist nila yan na angle na his planning or invoking, instigating, to lay down there, para ba, diba? Parang
laying the predicate
to their next action, to persecute the president even more.
Correct. Mismo.
Agree. There is nothing wrong with an expression of an observation coming from a former president.
Sabihin natin, opinion ngayon. Opinion ng former president yun. So ngayon, they will use that as a tool to do more, I do not know what, again, political persecution against our family. Kasi ginawa na nila itong Duterte versus Marcos, even it's not. Bakit yung tinatanong ba namin sino masikat dito? Hindi naman. We are asking, kasi dahil dyan sa confidential funds, kung saan nagsimula talaga lahat, na bakit ito lang sa kapatid ko? Marami namang confidential funds, and you have billions and trillions of money, you know, like going in and out of the treasury. So, why? Bakit this particular individual who happens to be the vice president, bakit siya lang yung tinatanong natin about money? Because, eto kasi yun eh. Kung gusto mo manira ng tao pagdating sa politika, then sabihin mo talaga magnanakaw yan. Because that has always been the issue dito sa Pilipinas. From way before. Even Imelda Marcos is in the Guinness Book of World Records. I do not know kung bakit siya nandun, but sinasabi ng Guinness na pinakamalaking nakawan na nangyari sa isang government ang ginawa ng pamilya nila before. So, kung gusto mo sirain talaga, because yun talaga ang yun yung pinakamagandang issue para sirain mo isang politiko. So, they did that with my sister sa vice president. Ngayon, tanong ko lang, kung serious talaga itong administration na ito, then kung confidential funds naman talaga yung pinag-uusapan natin, then why don't you just, you know, let go of your own confidential funds so that everybody else below you would? Para matapos yung usapan. If you're really serious that, you know, these things, itong budget na nilalagay sa mga opisina ng kung sino man dyan na sa gobyerno, alisin mo yung confidential funds. So you go first because you're the president and you're serious about it. So why are you proposing a 9 billion peso budget for your confidential funds? Hindi lang naman talaga nagsimula yan kasi gusto lang nila sirain yung vice president.
Yes, okay.
Pinaliwanag niya naman ng maayos why it was spent. And now, kung may ang problema kasi nila, pag sinasagot na sila, tas ayaw nilang tanggapin, i-insist, uulit-ulitin nila. I think talaga ang reason why is to, yun na nga, keep the people busy with the issue. Kasi ayaw nila, because, alam ba natin kung anong ginagawa talaga ng mga gago na yan sa Congress ngayon and how they are using the people's money? No. Because itong mainstream media, which, like, bias naman talaga, doon naman nakatingin sa VP ngayon with the 125.
Yes.
Bakit natin hindi pag-usapan daw? Kaya, paulit-ulit na lang yan. You were saying,
Kaya, tama yung sinasabi nyo, Mayor, na let's practice leadership by example. At yung much talk about confidential funds of the Office of the Vice President. For me, as a lawyer, as a VP, two things. Ano yung source of funding? If I remember right, lumabas na rin ito sa mga pahayagan, may sulat ang Office of the Vice President sa Office of the President. Tanong din, maaari ba akong magkaroon ng confidential intelligence funds? At kung maaari ako magkaroon, pwede ba akong mabigyan mula sa Executive Department o Office of the President? Sumagot ang Office of the President, pwede, bibigyan kita. O bakit yung OVP lang ang iimbestigahan mo? We have a basic principle in law that the spring cannot rise above the source. Pwede bang mas mabigat yung nagawang pagkukulang kung meron man nung Office of the Vice President at bakit siya nagkaroon ng source ng kanyang confidential fund? Binigay lang yan ng Office of the President. Iimbestigahan mo rin ang Office of the President. Pangalawa, hindi pa tapos yung grace period na binibigay ng Commission on Audit sa Office of the Vice President. Binibigyan siya, I think, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, Harvey, January or February of 2025, next year pa, to comply with the documentation, proper liquidation, so that the notice of disallowance issued by the Commission on Audit will be withdrawn. The notice of disallowance is not a finding of guilt. Ibig lang sabihin yan, kulang ka sa documentation. You are given a chance to complete the documentation. So, yung ginagawang pagdinig ng Kongreso, premature. Trabaho ng COA to determine whether or not there has been abuse of the use of public funds. It's not for Congress to determine it now because they do not have the faculty, they do not have the knowledge, they do not have the training, they do not know what they're doing. Let COA do its job. Give COA and the OVP January or February of 2025 of next year, and doon tayo mag-usap ulit. Nakapag-comply ba OVP o hindi? For all we know, makakapag-comply. O any hearing, waste of taxpayers' money. Nagwaldas na naman tayo ng pera ng Pilipino.
Kasi attorney, it's a smear campaign.
Yes, I agree.
Kasi, hindi ba? Kung mag-iisip lang talaga lahat niya. Malaki yung pera ng budget ng Pilipinas. Trillions. So, ayun na nga. Galing naman sa... Kailan na may approval yan. Yung confidential funds. Kaya napunta yan dyan. Nakakasawa na sa totoo lang. Kasi ayaw naman nila tanggapin yung sagot natin eh. Kasi nandyan na yan, di ba? Ayaw din naman nilang tanggapin. Because it's a smear campaign. Yan nga, going back, if you want to destroy somebody, then you make up stories of corruption and thievery in Philippine government. Then, sigurado.
Dr. Libit, thank you very much for reminding us again. Kasi mukhang nalimutan na yun na fact na the confidential fund was actually galing sa OP. Na
wala namang pagkukuha ng iba si BP Inday. Wala. Kaya nga nagtanong kung pwede siya magkaroon at kung pwede mo ba akong bigyan? And the answer to both question was in the affirmative. That's why nabigyan siya ng confidential funds. So malinaw naman doon.
And yun din, that was a very good point, Attorney Vic, no, na the House of Representatives, the PODCOM, is now doing the function of COA.
COA yan eh.
COA.
So, yan that they are arrogating to them the specific function of the Commission on Audit that is found in Article 9, Section 3.
Dapat nga una pa nilang tinatanong yung COA before they get to the Vice President. Kasi in the first place, tama yun. It's about compliance eh.
Oh,
It's about compliance eh. Kung nakita naman ng kung sinabihan, kung si COA magsasabi na non-compliant or naka-comply siya, doon pa yun. Hindi yung tatanungin mo yung tao, hindi naman trabaho niya i-audit yung sarili niya.
And if I may, Mayor, dagdag ko lang, yung ginamit na pag-cite in contempt kay Atty. Lopez dahil di umano ay sinabi niya yata
He sent a letter to...
na wag mo nang i-honor o wag mo nang pagbigyan yung request ng Kongreso. Kasi nga, premature. Nagko-comply pa eh. Tumatakbo pa yung proseso natin eh. Ba't ka doon magbibigay? Sagutin kami muna. Kasi kami yung pinagko-comply mo eh. Yung notice of disallowance, I believe, every day, nag-i-issue ang notice of disallowance. Ang COA. Mapabarangay ka, munisipyo ka, syudad ka, probinsya ka, sa LGU. Meron ding notice of disallowance sa mga ahensya, bureau, at departamento ng gobyerno. Normal yan. Hindi ibig sabihin may violation ka.
But what Attorney Laika did, Attorney, sending a letter asking yung request niya, that's normal. That's part of the process. You can actually do that.
It's a procedural in nature. Huwag mo muna yung anuhin yan dahil meron pa tayong proseso. Huwag mong pangunahan dahil ba't mo ko binigyan ng 6 months grace period to comply kung ipipreempt mo yung ating compliance period.
Ano yan? Gusto kasi nila, it's either kung hindi magpatagal ng termino si Marcos, sila maglalagay ng kanilang kandidato for 2028 and VP Sara is a strong candidate for the presidency by that time. So, tara, to cut the long story short, kaya may mga ganung mga issue na tinatapon sa kanya. But very unusual. No? Itong LP sinasabi nila, Lenny was mistreated, but wala talagang pinagdaanan yung nagganitong klaseng mga pangyayari during her term.
Attorney Vic, we have a legal question here. Does it take legislation for COA not to release reports on half-utilized budgets?
Does it take a legislation for COA
not to release reports on half-utilized budgets?
No. Mandate ng COA yun eh. And the mandate of COA cannot be reduced or by a mere congressional act. Bakit? Ang power ng COA ay naka-ukit at may garansya sa saligang batas. Constitutional body yan eh. Hindi mo pwedeng kapunin yan na tatanggalan mo siya ng function niya. Constitutional body yan. Hindi RA yan. Hindi Republic Act ang naging pinagbuhugutan ng power yan. Yan ay nakakukit, nakasulat at may garansya sa Constitution.
Mayor, directional na po sa discussion kay VP from the Office of the Vice President, Mayor. Also last week, si PNP, after sa mga pangyayari dun sa kay Atty. Lopez, the PNP now filed a case against VP Sara and her VPSG. Allegedly, yung kanilang kaso is for direct assault and disobeying orders and grave coercion now towards the PNP.
Yung grave coercion, I think, yung PNP o yung Quezon City Police district personnel ang dapat kasuhan noon. Dahil when Atty. Lopez, I do not know him by the way, personally, Mayor, and I do not know her. But as a lawyer and as an observer, life and death yung situation ng tao. Humihingi ng tulong yung pangalawang pangulo na dali na sa ospital and they delayed purposely yung kanilang pagresponde. Iyon ang dapat managot. Hindi yung other way around, inunahan nilang kasuhan si Vice President Duterte at sabi ko nga, pambihira naman, kakataas ng ranggong mga pulis, pa-victim ang drama. Sila ang dapat managot, humihingi ng assistance yung tao, life and death yun at that very moment. Hindi sila nagbigay ng tulong, hindi nila pinapasok yung ambulansya, yun ang may pananagutan. Yun ang dapat managot.
Not to mention their mandate pa, attorney, to serve and protect.
To serve and protect the people, hindi to serve and protect the political powers that are now holding office in the legislative department and the office of the president.
In fact, si VP Sara Mayor and attorney, she already in a press conference, she mentioned that she will file a case also sa PNP for disobedience, robbery and kidnapping.
Inunahan lang nila sa practice pa Mayor, ang tawag dyan, para yung kay Vice President Inday, maging countercharge lang. Inunahan lang nila. Ayaw nilang sila yung nasa receiving end. Ayaw nila yung sila magka-countercharge. Kaya inunahan lang nila. Strategy lang yan ba? Na charge-countercharge. Yun lang ang purpose niyan.
Alright. Do you think, attorney, that their case will progress?
Basta patas ang laban. Hindi tayo humihingi ng special handling para kay Vice President Inday. Iparehas lang ang laban, respetuhin na yung proseso. That case will not hold water in court. That should be dismissed.
Mayor, any thoughts on the matter?
No, I think what Attorney Vic said was already sufficient. You know,
tama ka, attorney. I think it's very enlightening to see that on that perspective na yung para magmukhang reactive si VP, may countercharge doon sa case nila. And let's see how these things progress moving forward.
Ito naisip ko lang ngayon. Kita mo yung anomaly sa nangyayari. Kinasuhan si Vice President Inday ng Quezon City Police sa Quezon City. Kasi yun ang primary jurisdiction. Diba? Ang criminal offense, territorial yan, kung saan naginap. Yung pag-cite in contempt kay Attorney Lopez, sa batasan nangyari. Ang batasan ay sa Quezon City. Ang detention niya, sige na, dinitain mo na dahil nag-move to have her cited in contempt isang convicted na congresswoman. So doon kayo lalagay sa batasan, Quezon City yun. Bakit nagkaroon ng subsequent order na i-commit ka sa Mandaluyong Correctional Facility? Di ba dapat kung i-commit mo sa correctional facility, wala bang correctional facility ang Quezon City? Ang laki-laki ng Kabkaringal. Meron ding correctional doon o lugar doon holding na mga persons deprived of liberty. Bakit Mandaluyong? Bakit Mandaluyong? Mawawala ng effective supervision ng Sergeant at Arms. And under the rules, I believe, ng Kongreso, pananagutan ng Sergeant at Arms yung mga detainee mo na na-cite mo in contempt. Paano ka magkakaroon ng effective supervision kung ang taong idinita mo dapat nakadita na sa batasan sa Quezon City, ikukumit mo sa Mandaluyong? You are, I think to my mind, you are unduly delegating your delegated authority to take care and have supervision over our detainees. Yun ang aking pananaw na dapat nilang sagutin.
So what would be the reason na doon sa Mandaluyong and not?
I really cannot, and I do not understand. And I think I will never understand why. May facilities ang Quezon City. Mayroong Camp Karingal ang Quezon City. Ang laki-laki ng detention center na meron ang Camp Karingal. At meron, ang sinasabi doon, pwede ka lang mayor mag-commit ng detainee ng Kongreso sa batasan specifically sa ibang lugar pag puno na yung designated detention area. Meron ang kwarto nakadetain nga doon. What is the basis for you to transfer her to Mandaluyong? And again, baka sabihin na naman, this is seditious. This is a legitimate question coming from a Filipino, coming from a lawyer.
So, actually, that particular case raised a lot of questions. Number one, does Congress really have the power to do that? Na sila mag-decide kung saan ilalagay?
No, gusto mo magsimula doon sa attorney?
Jurisdiction?
No, yung reason behind why they kinontempt nila si Zuleika, what was the reason?
Interfering in the procedure ngayon. Kasi nga, sumulat siya sa COA Ang perception nila, asking COA not to release. So for them, that's her interfering in the investigation.
Yeah, but yung letter na yun, valid ba yun? O hindi ba yun pwede? O pwede ba yun?
Pwede yun.
Pwede yun, di ba?
Pwede.
Ang interfering yung legislative sa executive. Hayaan mong gawin ng executive department yung trabaho niya. May proseso nga ibinigay ang COA. Bakit ka ba nakikialam doon sa palakad ng Vice President sa kanyang opisina? Opisina niya yun eh. Kung paano niya sa tingin mabuti at mainang patakbuhin ang kanyang tanggapan, wala kang pakialam doon. You mind your own business in the House. Papayag ba sila na makikialam si Vice President Inday kung paano ginagamit nung convicted na congresswoman yung kanyang pondo? Bawal din yun. Hindi rin nararapat yun. Kaya nga meron tayo separation of powers. Equal ang executive, legislative at the judicial. Kanya-kanya silang kamada. Hindi ka pwedeng tumawid.
Tama.
Yeah, but bakit din nila ina-acknowledge itong doktrina ng separation of powers? Bakit nagiging itong Congress? What gives them the right to do these things?
Wala. May abuso lang. Abuso lang ba? Yun nga, yung ating panawagan lagi sa hakbang na maisog, yung transparency, accountability. Wala nang transparency eh. Di ba? Wala na yung we've been calling for the government, this administration to uphold respect and for them to defend the Constitution kasi nanumpa ka bago ka nagpasok sa opisina mo eh. Di ba? Na ipagtatanggol mo ang lahat ng batas ng umiiral at ang arte mo at ang akto mo ay naaayon sa saligang batas. Hindi na naaayon eh.
So yung ginagawa nila, hindi naman bawal din.
Alin doon yan? Marami sila ginagawang bawal ho eh.
yung HOR or the House of Representatives, doing all these congressional hearings.
It is inherent. Wala tayong debate ron na karapatan ng Kongreso magsagawa ng investigation in aid of legislation. Yes. Not in aid of political persecution, not in furtherance of political persecution. The same cannot be said now that what they're doing is investigation in aid of legislation. Gaya na napagsimulan natin kanina sa pagbubukas ng programa, tama naman yung sinabi mo. Ito lahat politika ito eh. Na naisiraan si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte dahil sa kanilang pananaw, siya yung talagang perceived na pinakamalakas na kandidato sa 2028 election.